We're now going to look at using Booleans in 3D geometry and 3D modeling. Now your Booleans are these items here in your Home tab in the Solid Editing panel. You've got there intersect, subtract and union. And what it does is it works with joining, subtracting and intersecting 3D solids. So I'll select my cylindrical 3D shape here. And what I want to do is I want to use that grip there. Right click, move, and I'm going to move it onto the center of the circle there like so. I'll just hit escape to deselect it. And as you can see, I'm working with my move gizmo there in the sub-object panel. Now, those two shapes are literally sitting next to each other, so to speak. So if I now go up here to solid editing and go here to union, and I select my cylindrical shape, notice the little tip there, combine 3D surfaces to create complex shapes. That's little help tips that come up in AutoCAD 2010. I'll select there my cylindrical object, and I'll select my rectangular object like so. If I right click to confirm that, it doesn't look any different. But if I select it now, look, it's one whole solid. They have been combined to form the one whole solid, a complex shape as it's called. Now I'm just going to undo that a couple of steps now, and we'll do something different now with our cylindrical shape here. I'm going to click on it again, and I'm going to come down to the bottom grip there, right click and select move using the grip editing tools, and I'm moving that using that bottom center grip, and I want it to go to that endpoint snap there. Now the reason I've done that is deliberate. Let me just hit escape there, and what I'll do, I'll go to view, and we'll go now to our orbit command here. And if I just orbit that now a little bit, look, you can see that it's actually intersecting with the rectangular shape. Can you see that there? Yeah? So what we're going to do, we're going to work with that and see how that is affected by our Boolean geometry command. So I'll go back to the Home tab, and what I'm going to do, I can use both of these now. I'm going to show you subtract and also intersect. So let's have a look at subtract first. I click on subtract here on the solid editing panel on the Home tab. So there's subtract there. Come into the drawing area and select objects. Now read your command line. It says select solids, surfaces and regions to subtract from. So I'm going to subtract from here, this one here. Right click to confirm, and then it says select solid surfaces and regions to subtract on the command line. I'll select my cylinder there, left click on it and right click to confirm. It subtracts, as you can see, the cylinder from the rectangular solid. What would happen if I did that the other way? Well, let's do an undo, and let's try that. So we go to subtract, and it now says select solid surfaces and regions to subtract from. So I select the cylinder this time, left click, right click to confirm. I now select the rectangle, left click, right click to confirm. It leaves behind the cylinder. If you think about it now, all that's left is a face from, can you just see it there? There it is, look. It's that little part of the rectangle that's left. So if I just click on the cylinder there, and I'll use my move gizmo and just click and move, and click to there, can you see it goes with the cylinder there? It's become part of the cylinder. Now if I just do a quick undo there, and take that back to where it was, it's that bit, if I go to view and orbit again here, it's that little bit that was left over inside the cylinder. Can you see that? That little corner of the blue rectangular solid. So I'll bring that back round again, and what we'll look at now is the last Boolean command. I'll just right click and exit and go back to the Home tab. It's this one here, the intersect. So let's do an intersect now. If I click on intersect, it says select objects. Again, I get that little help tip at the top there. Combine 3D surfaces to create complex shapes. It'll keep doing that because I'm working with the Boolean commands. So I select the rectangle. I then select the cylinder. I then right click to confirm. And there's the intersect. Can you see? That's the blue bit that was left over from the subtract, wasn't it? Can you see? So what I've done there is, as you can see, it's the intersection of the cylinder and the rectangle. So I'll just undo that a step now, and there we have our shapes back again. So that's how you use the Boolean commands, which are union, subtract and intersect on the solid editing panel on the Home tab in your 3D modeling workspace. They allow you to join regular shapes to create complex shapes.